What's up, dudes and dudes of the internet? My name's Scythe. We are back here for some more Trove. I'm Cyclops. I'm PS4, baby. We're finally back again for it, and I'm actually very surprised that we've got this many people hanging out here. Granted, this is probably one of the only times where I've actually appeared online during the day, because I've been super duper busy with a whole bunch of other things, but also just been, I don't know, never mind what I was gonna say, who cares? Look at that, they actually changed it, this is probably really old, so that there's glowing blocks underneath all of the portals. Or did I do that a million years ago and I forget? Hello, Lilith! Get in Discord! I'm joking, but at least we've got one officer in the Discord. Okay, level 15, level 15, level 15. Let's go to you three, we've got enough people supporting me that they can leash me. Jump now! She's beautiful, but she scratches herself all too often because she is fleas. There's stupid fleas out here. Man alive, we can't get rid of them. We just keep on trying different things. It's crazy. So what we're going to be talking about today is the Shadow Tower nerfs. That's lots of other content creators have been talking about. I've seen it. I know that a lot of you have been suggesting me to talk about it. But then also, wait, I gotta find his name on my phone. Xavier, he ended up actually tweeting at me, hello, the forum post that was talking about Shadow Towers being poop and how, you know, melee characters are absolutely useless and stuff, everything that we've talked about in our videos and everything. Also, I share very similar opinions with everybody else that has been playing this game for a million zillion years, that these Shadow Towers right now they're just bad, like it's badly designed. Now, that said, you know, if you end up actually upping your gems and kind of adjusting to it and everything like that, you can still get through the Shadow Towers just fine. Like, it's not that that is too much of a problem. And I'll agree with the people that say, oh, it's not like it's that big of a deal. But you gotta understand that the majority of players are starting off and they don't know, you know, it's too powerful for them. That's the whole problem, is the Shadow Tower is too powerful for the majority. So, what we can confirm, because I have seen lots of people kind of speculating what's going on, what I was waiting for was the devs quote specifically. Never mind any of the speculations or people saying, this is what's going to happen to the Shadow Towers, because I don't care about none of that. I only care about what it is that the devs say, because that's the only one that actually matters, right? So, we did end up getting a response on that forum post that was actually talking about some changes that they're going to be doing to hard mode and normal mode. Nothing's changing with ultra mode, folks, and even then, it's, you know, it's not really that much of a change. I wouldn't really get your hopes up, honestly speaking, because from what it sounded like, it sounds like they're going to only end up doing some minor changes, which we'll talk about in a minute, because I want to bring up the point that the devs are utterly convinced that Shadow Towers are the end game of Trove, which is, I mean, I guess you could say that it is. There's not really that much in terms of different gameplay content in Trove in general. Like, I love this game, don't get me wrong, but all you can really do is grind out in the world, or you just grind Shadow Towers over and over, which is the exact same as what we're doing now, except we're just going one dungeon after another, right? Like, there's not really that much when you look at just the broad scheme of things as far as what you can actually do in Trove. It's just grinding, which is perfectly fine, don't get me wrong, but the devs have always liked the Shadow Towers more than the players, I feel. And while, you know, the Titan bosses are absolutely awesome, and, you know, speedrunners and stuff like that, and I want to clear something up here too, because I noticed that lots of people ended up getting triggered. The last time I talked about speedrunners, I made a joke talking about how the majority of people that have purple name use like macros and stuff like that. Don't worry, you actual purple names out there that actually do all the speedrunning stuff. I know there's legit people that speedrun. I was just kind of making a joke at the expense of the people that are actually using macros and cheats and stuff like that, because of the fact that I wanted to bring the attention to it a little bit and kind of get people talking about it, just because the devs haven't really done anything about it. They know that it's there and they've talked about it, but they, like, unfortunately, the only way that they can end up resolving something like that, I feel, is that they would have to end up nerfing and breaking a bunch of the different game mechanics in such a way that we would end up paying for it more than the people that end up using the macros, right? Anyways, that's just me. So, what are they going to be doing to the Shadow Towers, you ask? They're going to be nerfing normal mode a little bit. They want to make that more of a starting area for players rather than something that's way too overly powerful. And they're going to be adjusting hard mode a little bit so that the end game bosses are a little bit weaker, but also a little bit stronger. And by that, I mean that they said that they're going to end up weakening some of the bosses on hard mode because they want to kind of adjust the scaling and stuff like that. But one thing that they did say is they want hard mode Dreadnought or hard mode Daughter of the Moon, just as an example, are going to end up being harder than Ultra Spike Walker. So it's kind of like going in terms of difficulty, you get more and more difficult the higher you get in the Shadow Tower, right? So the whole point is that they want the late game bosses to end up being stronger than the beginning game bosses, even in the next difficulty. So they're gonna kind of scale hard mode to be a little bit more even keel, so that it's kind of like Daughter of the Moon on hard mode is gonna be very difficult, yes, but not as difficult as it is right now. They do want to, like, that's kind of the thing that I want to stress enough, because lots of people, as soon as we hear Shadow Towers are getting nerfed, you know, everyone's just all crazy going nuts thinking that it's gonna be like the end times in the best way possible, where they're gonna end up nerfing Shadow Towers and making it something really, really easy for us to farm again. But nope, that is not the case. They're not gonna be doing any of that. Shadow Towers are still going to be very, very difficult. And this, you know, brings a good opportunity for me to talk about something that we have all discussed very, very much for a very long time. I've talked about it in my patch notes and stuff like that, but I don't know if I ever ended up actually spending like a full episode talking about the fact that Titan Souls not only should be grindable, especially at this point, because Titan treasures are trash. Like, seriously, there's not even, honestly, at the moment, you're only grinding Titan Souls just because you know that eventually you're gonna use them on something that they're gonna add to the game. But as of right now, honestly speaking, the only thing you gotta grind after you've gotten every item out of the Titan Soul category for mastery is the Lunar Souls, because then you just get the Divinity costumes. And again, you know, Lunar Souls and the Despoiled Divinity Souls, those should also have become grindable, in my own opinion. I think when the Shadow Tower update ended up hitting, because then I think that the devs would have seen a lot more excitement towards the Shadow Towers. A lot of players would have actually been grinding them, you know, religiously, just over and over to try and get like as many of the items as possible. There would be, even myself personally, you know, I would be in a mad dash to try and get all of the Divinity costumes with all the other people at top mastery on PC, and then we could have tried to grind out the Divinity Dragon souls right away, and it would have been great. It would have been a fantastic way of us draining our Shadow Tower keys. This is awesome that we got full crew here. It's been a long time since we had this on PS4, dude. Like, seriously, this is a big deal. I should try and log in during the day. Like, seriously. But either way, you know, that I personally feel would have made a huge difference is if those souls were grindable. Now, I know why they don't want those to be farmable. I know why they don't want us to be able to get all of the lunar items, like, within a day. But that's where they could have scaled it, you know? They could have just made it so that it costs a lot more or something. I don't know, because especially when you look at the Divinity costumes and how some of them are just so lazy. Like, it's really disappointing, and I'm sorry, you know, I really am, because I love this game, and I don't like bad-mouthing it, because I feel that people end up getting the wrong impression. But the Divinity costumes, while some of them are fantastic, some of them really do suck. Like, my good friend Nokia Stir on PC, he mains the Dino Tamer, which the Dino Tamer is more powerful than everybody likes to think that it is for some weird reason. I don't know why. Somebody ended up even tweeting me where they ended up soloing Ultra Dot with the Dino Tamer, which I thought was pretty impressive. It's just, you know, it's like a half-hour video, because that's all it really takes to actually solo Ultra. It's just time and patience. It's not like it's necessarily difficult. You just gotta be a ranged character, and you gotta have enough jump that you can stay up in the air, and have enough survivability that you don't end up getting wrecked by all the ranged enemies. But in any case, Nokia ends up maining the Dino Tamer, so he went for the Divinity costume right away, and unfortunately, your ultimate doesn't change, your Dino Babies don't change, nothing changes with the costume, unfortunately. You get a really cool hat, and then you get like a light costume that you can kinda, like, that kinda looks like the other Dino Tamer Cash Shop costume. I like how this Kira person actually knows how to, you know, play Lunar Lancer and bomb the dungeons and stuff. They're actually like really, really fast. Hey, we got a level finally. We're finally level 16. How long have I been playing this on console? For like months or something? I mean, granted, I'm not really like grinding that much on the console version, but in any case, right? Okay, let's destroy this freak and get out of here. But yeah, so the Divinity costume for the Dino Tamer just sucks. It doesn't do anything. And then we look at the Pirate Captain, and he actually does have his turrets changed and stuff like that. The only thing that actually changes on the Dino Tamer is your normal shot kind of has new video effects. Not really. It's only like a very small change. But then also when you're in your ultimate, your acid that you're shooting out is just a light blue. And that's it. That's all that's changed. By the way, and I'm gonna have another video talking about this whenever it gets fixed, probably like next year or something. But remember when we talked about how the Knight's subclass ability wasn't affecting the Dino Tamer's ultimate and the Tank Turtle? Now, while the Dino Tamer's ultimate I don't think could ever end up being affected by the Knight's subclass ability because it doesn't really fall under the category of a mount, just as far as the code is concerned, the devs have confirmed that it's a bug with the Tank Turtle. So they are going to end up eventually changing it so that the subclass ability for the Knight, the movement speed that you get on mounts, is going to end up affecting the Tank Turtle mount, which is fantastic. And honestly speaking, folks, I would say if you've got Tank Turtles right now, save them, because they're gonna really go up in price when that update ends up hitting. Dude, like seriously, we gotta prepare, because that's gonna be a very big deal. That's gonna single-handedly make that, make the Tank Turtle one of the most one of the most useful mounts in the entire game. Like seriously, it already is very, very useful for somebody that can't afford bombs and, you know, just doesn't really worry about the movement speed and just flies around and stuff like that. Or maybe you're playing a character like the Lancer or the Neon Ninja where you don't need the mount movement speed. But still, that's going to be a very big deal. Anyways, folks, that's pretty much it. I just wanted to give you a quick little update and confirm a couple things because, yeah, there's been a lot of speculation as to what's been going on with the Shadow Towers. Ultra isn't gonna change. It's still gonna be insanely difficult. See, there's that Tank Turtle. Normal mode is going to see quite a nerf, so hopefully it's gonna be more possible for starting players, while hard mode is going to see a slight change in balancing, but it's not really going to affect, you know, it's not really going to be that big of a difference where I honestly don't even think we're going to notice it on hard mode. But in any case, thank you very much for watching, everybody. I very much appreciate it, and I also appreciate your patience, because I know it's been a long time. Like, I keep on saying that I'm gonna be doing like the more console videos and stuff like that, and it's just that I haven't really had the opportunity to. I'm gonna talk about that in another video, but for the most part I've already got my vlog that came out recently. I think that was like last week actually, that was kind of explaining why I've just been super duper busy and kind of having a hard time keeping up with things. But on top of that, I burnt myself out as far as grinding the Dread mount in Shadow Towers on PC. I started doing it way too much, and I just burnt myself out, so I've just kind of been taking a little bit of a break from Trove. That's why there's kind of been the slower videos coming out and stuff like that. And then in general, you know, I'm just loving VR, and then there's also all the indie games that I gotta cover and everything, and it's a lot of fun. I'm still having a lot of fun with, like, creating content and recording Trove videos and stuff like that, but hitting all those tutorials that we did when the Eclipse update hit, not to mention, I still got a lot of tutorials that I still gotta do. I know I keep promising the subclass videos, but I'm also kind of still experimenting with subclasses. That's just kind of a little bit of a daunting task, you know, because I already had videos that were talking about all the subclass abilities, and now I've got to come up with other videos that talk about the slight changes to the subclasses. Although there hasn't really been that much, you can still refer to my subclass ability videos that were on the test server, because for the most part they stayed the same. But there's a couple really interesting things that I want to do in a subclass video, kind of like, you know, if you use the Shadow Hunter or the Draco subclass ability combined with the Prowling Shadow or Samantha, you're gonna have insane amounts of lifesteal. So little things like that I'm slowly learning so that I can end up doing that all in a video. But in any case, I rambled on enough because we were mostly just talking about Shadow Towers. Thanks for watching, very much appreciated. Don't forget to like, share, favorite, and subscribe for more daily content that's also going to end up building loyalty points that you can spend on my merch store for shirts like this, as well as a couple others that we've got on there. And then links are going to be in the description for that as well. Sign on and stay epic, everybody.